we would make plays, but we wouldn't get stops. And some blown coverages right there down the end that really hurt us.
Coach, how do you feel like the style of play is kind of ideal for when a player does go out since they're so used to subbing in and subbing out?
Yeah, I think it's really good when you trust your team and you have a deep team, and I thought Avery did a really good job of just stepping up, giving us something, played hard, and that was huge for us because I don't even know that the game is close without her today.
Jewel and Samara, I mean, I know it's a brutal loss, and I'm not asking you to put that in perspective, but how do you sort of get over this as quickly as you can as you enter what is really the most important part of the season, and that's March postseason?
I say you're kind of forced to because it's win or go home from this point forward, from SEC to NCAA. So we just have to learn from this game and know that every game going forward is a must-win game.
I would say just being able to put it behind us. I mean, we're in the SEC, so every game is a dogfight. But, you know, like Coach said, we have 1 day of prep before we go into the SEC tournament, so that's just our main focus right now.
Go next to Paige and then forward. Paige and backward.
Do you feel like any of this is maybe like a sort of regression, or is it just teams are giving you something you weren't prepared for? Where do you think that error is coming?
Yeah, it feels like a regression. I don't necessarily know we're seeing anything different. I just think that we maybe look kind of like the old us, the early part of the year.
You guys are only a month-ish removed from upsetting UConn on this court. Just what stands out to you about what's different about where the team was then and where they are the last two games?
Yeah, I think it has to do with focus. I think it has to do with our prep for that game was we were all locked in. It was all of us were focused on that, and I think when you get towards the end of the year, maybe people start focused on the wrong things.
Right, we have time for one or two more questions. Anything about the SEC tournament, since we will not be able to meet with you before? Go to Cora and Maria.
I know you don't know who you play yet or when you play yet, but Coach, obviously it'll be your first SEC tournament. Are you sort of not looking forward to, but interested to experience what all that is like at that level in the SEC?
Yeah, I mean, this is another situation where the players know what to expect more than I do, and that's where your seniors and the players that have been here before are really important.
For Jewel and Samara, what's the biggest thing in your mind that has to change between now and the SEC tournament?
I would say consistent effort for 40 minutes. We haven't had it in the past two games, and it's been evident. So just making sure that we're locked in for, you know, the short days that we have to prep for the teams that we play, and then going into the games, making sure that we're focused.
I'd say starting fast, starting strong. We've struggled with that, and we've talked about that, and we haven't done that in a while. So doing that, and then just knowing that every possession counts.
Thank you.